to you today as someone who carries within him the true aspirations of Zeon.
Hello and welcome to the Zeonremnants channel. And as you can see, I have a huge mess on my desk, which can only mean one thing. It's time for another Road to Review! That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Road to Review. If you've never seen a R2R video before, that is a work in progress style video where I take you through the process of making a custom figure or a prop. And in today's video, we're going to be making a 6-inch Cad Bane figure. Yes! Finally! I love Cad Bane. He's the best part of the Clone Wars. Literally, he's a space cowboy. I mean, and he's just freaking cool. I love his character in the Clone Wars, and I have no idea why there is no 6-inch figure of Cad Bane. Why Hasbro? What is going on here? Where are your priorities at? So we're going to make one. I have here one of my Cad Bane figures, and I'm going to be using this to make a 6-inch version. Now what we're going to use is a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Star-Lord, who has no head and no arms. For now. I thought he would be the best base, and he was on sale on Amazon.com for like $10. So yeah, can't go wrong with that. And of course, I picked him because he does come with a trench coat. We'll be kind of stylizing this trench coat a little bit and adding some details to make it look more like Cad Bane's trench coat. And then what we're going to do is I've cut these pieces of a Gundam model, very old Gundam model up. These were arms. This is half of the arm. And Cad Bane has gauntlets. Now originally what my plan was to use a Boba Fett Black Series figure and switch the forearms out. Well, as you can see, Star-Lord has a double joint. Instead of having a joint like this, which is like on a little ball thing that slots in. So, that's not going to happen. So we're going to have to craft gauntlets for this version of Cad Bane. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be cutting the arm here, and then we're going to be putting this piece, oops, the one time I don't bring my freaking tripod. We're going to be putting this piece here, and then using some epoxy putty, sculpting some gauntlets. And then we'll be doing a little bit of sculpting for the shirt details. I think we're going to cheat and use Jango Fett's holsters for Cad Bane's holsters, I think. I have resin cast Duros heads, which I'll be showing you guys in a little bit. And, yeah, we're going to make this work. We're going to make Cad Bane. We're going to be killing some Jedi. I can't do Cad Bane impersonation. It's just impossible, so just get over it. Alright, moving on, guys. What we're going to start working on now is the actual head for Cad Bane. This is a resin cast head that I got on eBay. Got a couple of these. And initially, it came with a hole down at the bottom, and I drilled it in, and I made the head. Now, to me, this just looks, I don't know, off. Doesn't look right. On the 3-inch Cad Bane figure, you can see that the ball joint is in the back of the head, and the chin comes down over the neck a bit. I think I'm going to try and replicate that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use a Dremel. We're going to cut into the back of the head, and also Cad Bane, his head is very smooth on both sides. This one kind of bulges out. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to sand that down too, and let's see if we can improve on this. Alright guys, so here's an update on Cad Bane so far. I think he's coming out actually really good. I'm still kind of building him up, and I'm going to go through kind of what I've done so far. So we have here Cad Bane's hat, which is still drying with some Mod Podge. This was made out of foam, and basically all I did was I cut out this big oval shape with a circle in it, cut out a strip of foam, made the band, and then cut a top out. Glued it together and did some sanding, and it fits right on and off the head of Cad Bane, which is awesome. This is the Cad Bane head so far. I've gone ahead and I've sanded down and made the cheeks a bit more shallow, and I've streamlined the head a bit. And then basically what we did is I went ahead and I've drilled holes inside, and these tubes are actually from a clone trooper. It's from Commander Cody, and he had like a backpack, and this tube was on it. I cut it out, and it's perfect for Cad Bane's his breathing apparatus. Then I'm going to go in, I'm going to continue sanding, and I'm going to take the tubes out, and then with clay I'm going to make his cowl, I guess you could call it, that he wears. Looking at the body, we've went ahead and I've sculpted a collar like Cad Bane's inner shirt has, and these little belts here, and then I've scribed in a big line down the middle. And then as far as the gauntlets go, the gauntlets are one half of a old Gundam arm, which I cut in half, added this little piece of tubing in here, and then the top part is sculpt, and these control buttons are actually from Darth Vader's belt. And I cut that out because, as you guys know, I used my Darth Vader to make my Darth Malgus, so I had his belt left over. Then I made some more little details with the clay. I think this came out really good. I'm going to be adding wires from here to the back of his shoulder, just like, obviously, the character has. And then we've gone down, and I've made his boot thrusters, and how we've made these is with a beam saber, a joint, and a thruster. And the thrusters actually move like that. Now, what will happen is this pin right here is probably going to have to be glued in. But I don't know, maybe we can keep it like that and it can be movable. But realistically, his this part doesn't move in the show. It's really just the thruster, depending on what way he's going. And then the coat, all I did with the coat so far is I've just cut the coat. The coat has been cut here and down, because that's the type of coat Cad Bane has. And really, I'm just about done as far as making everything on the figure before I start painting it. I still have to give him holsters, and a lot of people have been using the Jango Fett holsters. I might do that, I don't know, because I am going to be making Pre-Vizsla out of my Jango Fett anyway, and Pre-Vizsla does not have holsters like these, so I would have had to take them off anyway. So I think I am going to use them. I'll modify them a bit. Cad doesn't have these pieces down here. They just kind of, you know, sling on his jeans or whatever. So I think I'm probably going to do that. So far, I would say I'm pretty pleased with how this is coming out. I'm going to continue to work on the head and everything. And I think this is going to be a really cool custom when it's all done. So let's see what happens. Alright, so here we are at the end of this road to review. And my Cad Bane is almost done. I would say I have a couple of things that I still want to do. I'm still debating on the face and whether or not I like the way the face paint came out. I like the way the shirt came out with the sculpting I did, and the collar, and the weathering. This is a... basically, as far as paint on this is a brown woodland paint. It's just acrylic paint, but I figure his coat is going to be covering it anyway. Not many things are going to be scratching it. It's not that big of a deal. I added some super glue here because I wanted him to still be able to go ahead and bend up and down without scratching his paint. He has a dry brush of khaki paint from Tamiya, and then black wash like in the wrinkles and things like that to give it more depth. The gauntlets have been painted gunmetal. I taped off the arms and everything with painter's tape, and then I put sticky tack in the areas that it was hard to get painter's tape, and I just went ahead and spray painted that with Tamiya light gunmetal. I did some wash in the panels. I'm probably going to go in and paint some of these buttons different colors. Jango Fett's holster is being used. I did some black wash in there. I cut off the bottom straps because Cad Bane doesn't have bottom straps on his holsters. There goes one. The thrusters that Cad Bane wears on his feet have been basically just pinned in, and they'll get glued in after they get sealed. And the thrusters, you know, move up and down on the little ball joint. So that worked out really well. The hat came out pretty good. This is actually a new hat, not the same hat that I showed you guys earlier. This one's a bit more round and oval shaped like his hat's supposed to be. And I have this band on the hat like Cad Bane has, but it's not glued. You can actually rotate the band depending on which way you are having the hat.
What are you looking at? It's a nice hat.
And then this is Cad Bane without his hat, with his cowl. And I think it came out pretty well. I'm going to be modifying Jango Fett's blasters because really Cad Bane and Jango Fett's blasters aren't that much different. They're both very skinny barrels. Cad Bane just has extra scope on the top of his, and his is painted a different color. But relatively speaking, it's the same gun. The cloak, or the duster, I didn't touch really. I just cut out the pieces like I showed you guys. I'm thinking I'm going to be adding collar pieces because Cad Bane has 3 collar pieces. But I wasn't sure what I wanted to do because the color of this duster is already basically the right color. In the sideshow bust, I think his collar was black, so I might use black fabric and make a collar and just glue it on there. I don't know yet, but we'll find out once I go ahead and finish sealing the figure. So I am pretty proud of this so far. I think it's coming out really good. I feel like this looks like Cad Bane, definitely. You see it and you think, yep, that's Cad Bane. The gauntlets came out really well. The epoxy and Gundam combination worked out nicely. And, you know, these little pins down here for his flamethrower or whatever. Keeping the gloves the same and just painted the hands blue. Came out really nice. I'll be sealing that and then putting a super glue shield, which basically a super glue shield is just super glue on top of a part that would rub up against something. And the super glue is pretty durable. Normally it'll do a good job of keeping the paint intact. So this is my Cad Bane figure, and I'm pretty dang proud of it. I think it came out really well. I will be making Shriv from Battlefront because I have more of these Duros heads, and I've already painted the Shriv head, and I think it came out really well also. So I will be doing a full review on this guy once I've completed him 100%, and I will do a video on that. Until then, next time, guys, thanks for watching, and as always, Zeke Zeon! I'm getting paid for this gig, right?
I, for one, have no intention of listening to this kind of insolence.